Hello everyone, welcome to Keto Living and welcome to our third in the series of burgers around the world. So we are leaving America and today we're taking a pit stop in Mexico for our Ole burgers. And I'm so excited about our burgers, and I'm also be making some Mexican coleslaw. And both these recipes are my recipes that I developed myself. So without further ado, let me put you down here and we'll get started. Okay then, so we're going to start with our burgers first. I can get them on, and I'm going to be using 100% grass-fed beef. You know, I always buy the organic grass-fed beef, and you can get this at Aldi's, and they're only $3.99 for a pack. So I'm only going to be using a half a pound today, though, because remember, it's just me. And so what I'm showing you today will be half the recipe, and of course I will put the full recipe down below in the description box. So I'm just going to put this half a pound in here, and then I'll save the rest of it for something else. Alright, let's put that out of the way for right now. Then we're going to be using some authentic Mexican chorizo. Now, you want to get the chorizo that is in the casings. You do not want the dried chorizo because it will not be good. Now, if I was doing the full recipe, I would be using half and half. I would be using 4 of these, but right now I am only going to be using 2. And it smells so good. So all I'm going to do is squeeze out the chorizo from the casing. You do want to take it out of the casing. And this is going to give your burger a really, really good flavor. Since I only have a half a pound, I'm only doing 2 of them. And the chorizo I buy has no fillers, no soy, no water added to it. And so it's really good chorizo. I mean, you know, for chorizo. So we're going to add that. Now, to this, I'm just going to break that up a little bit. We're going to add a little bit of our cilantro. And now some people don't like cilantro. If you don't like it, leave it out. That's what I say every time when I do a recipe. If you don't like something, leave it out. I happen to love cilantro, so I'm just going to get a good little handful there. Smells good to me. And I'm using a chopping board today, y'all. So I'm just going to whack off some of the stems. And I'm just going to roughly chop this up. And in the bowl. In the pool with everybody. Okay, so then we're going to be using 2 green onions. There again, if you are doing the full recipe, you'd want to use 4. But green onions have less carbs than regular onions, and that's why I use the green onions. You can have several of these for 1 or 2 carbs, whereas you're going to get a bunch of carbs in regular onions. So y'all know I'm pretty fanatic about my carbs. And just make sure these are I'm going to go back over them and make them a little bit thinner. Tip, keep your fingers out from under the blade. Hard experience there. Let me take this little piece out right here. That's so stringy. All right, that's going into the pool with everybody else. Okay. So then, we are going to take, depending on how spicy, we are going to take one, chipotle pepper. Now, I love chipotle peppers, and they give the burger a really good flavor. Just going to split this open. Inside are the seeds and the ribs. And as with any pepper, if you want to temper this, the heat, but keep the flavor, all you got to do is scrape out the seeds and the stems, and you will scrape out the heat. So I'm just going to chop this up. Now, I still have a few seeds in mine. I don't care because I like the heat. But if you're not one for the heat, I'm telling you now, just scrape the seeds and stuff out. And along with that, I'm going to be, let me rinse my hands off. I'm going to be adding about a spoonful of the adobo sauce in there. Okay? And then, paper towel, dry my hands off. So if you're doing the full recipe and you don't mind the heat and you want the heat, go ahead, add 2 to 3 chipotle peppers. Then what we're going to add is a tablespoon of cumin. This is pretty much a Mexican standard spice. And actually, I just need to add a half a tablespoon because I'm not cooking the whole recipe. And then I'm going to add some of the classico seasoning in it. And what it has in there is chili pepper, sea salt, lime, just all the flavorings from Mexico. So I'm just going to add a couple of shakes in there. And then I'm going to add about, let me open it up. I also buy this from Aldi's. If you don't use garlic on a regular basis, but you want fresh garlic, these are wonderful little tubes. I got these at Aldi's, and they were only like $1.99 or something, and I know they're about $4 in the grocery store. So I'm just using the thing, but I'm not going to put a whole tablespoon in there. I'm putting about just a good squeeze in there. Okay. And then we're going to do a few turns of peppermill. Now, some of these spices already have quite a bit of seasoning in them, like salt. So I'm just going to do one twist. And then I am going to put the zest of 1 lime. When I tell you that this is a flavorful burger, it is a flavorful burger. Now, I've already washed these off, so I'm just going to put just a little lemon zest in there. Whoops, I didn't mean to put the whole lime in there, though. Reminds me of the days I was making lemon ice cream. It's one of my first keto living, and I kept dropping the lemons in there. But you need some acid with Mexican food. And I am going to be using this lemon juice in our coleslaw recipe, so I'm just taking the zest of 1 lime. Okay. And then I'm just going to mix this up. I'm going to use the tools that God gave me, and that's my hand. Now, as with any burger meat, you don't want to mix it too much. You just want to mix everything in here until it is mixed in thoroughly. Just have everything in there mixed together. Now this is probably going to yield me 2, maybe 3 burgers, which is good because I'll have leftover from lunch. This is not quite as big as the burger that we made last week, but it's a nice size burger. Okay. Now, I'm going to pat this down into the bottom of my bowl. And we want to divide the meat I have. So I just do it like this, and do it like this, and like this. So that my burgers are equal size no matter what size I decide to make them. And as with any burger, make sure that the middle is thinner than the outside. So that way, when you put them on the grill, they won't look like hockey pucks or mini UFO flying saucers. Because as you know, as meat cooks, excuse me, it shrinks and it pulls up into the middle. So if the middle is thin, then it won't shrink on you. Now this one's a little one, so I'm going to make it better to get the size of your burgers now. So I'm just going to make 3 burgers out of this. So if you did the whole recipe, you'd probably get, depending on how big you want your burgers, 6 to 8 good burgers out of it. Alright, so let me rinse my hands off. I'm going to put these on the grill, and then I'll be back to show you how to make our coleslaw. Okay guys, we're ready to make our coleslaw now. And I'll have to tell you, my mouth is watering in here. It smells like a fiesta. So what I'm using is mixed coleslaw, a bagged coleslaw. And the recipe calls for a whole head of cabbage. That's the way I wrote it. But, you know, like I said, it's only me. So I'm only going to make enough for two meals worth. So I'm going to put about maybe a cup and a half, well maybe 2 cups in here. Just a little bit. That's probably enough for 2 meals. Because I don't eat a lot at a time. Okay. So then we're going to repeat the process. I'm going to put a green onion in here as well. And I have been shopping exclusively at Aldi's. I have been finding some really good deals. And so everything I got is from Aldi's. And they have really started having a really good selection of organics. I've been really pleased with everything I've found there. And no, this video is not sponsored by Aldi's, although Aldi's, if you're looking, that would be wonderful. Okay. Gonna add that in there. Because remember, I have onions in my burgers too, so I don't want to put too many in there. And then I'm gonna take some more fresh cilantro. Pull off a good handful of that. Place that up in there. And just put that in there. Okay. Now with the lime, I'm going to roll it around on my board. Oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. I'm going to put some lime zest in here. I don't know what I was thinking. That's for the dressing. And I'm not going to build the dressing in the same bowl because it's too hard to mix. So I'm only going to do about half of this lime, but I'm going to slice both limes up so they're not going to be wasted, and you'll see what I'm going to do with them. Okay? So we're just going to give this a toss. Mix all our flavors up together. Now, I'm going to set this to the side for right now. Get my cutting board out of the way. And we're going to get something to mix up our dressing in. Okay, so I'm doing about 1/4 of the recipe. So I'm just going to make about 1/4 of the dressing. But normally you would put in a 1/2 cup of sour cream. I'm putting in 1/4 cup. I'm going to leave this in here because I'm going to be using some sour cream on my burger as a garnish. And then I'm going to put, with a clean spoon, a 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. And then I'm just going to put just a tiny tad of garlic in there, probably about a teaspoon. Then I'm going to roll this around. Cut this in half. Okay. And I'm going to put the lime juice in there. Don't do this at home. Yeah, I know. Okay. There's one of those little things that you can do and do this right here. I don't have one of those little things and I don't know why. But I'm just going to use my knife and loosen it up a little bit. This provides the acid that you need. And I love limes. I love limes. Okay, so we got that done. We're going to mix this in a little bit. Okay, now I'm just going to take a little bit more cilantro, and I'm just going to cut some up for the dressing and mix it in. Sorry about that, guys. I had to leave you for a moment. I had to go turn the burgers. And they are smelling good. I'm telling you, it smells like a fiesta in here. Okay, we're going to mix this up a little bit. I'm going to add a little cracked black pepper. Add a little salt. And I think I'm going to probably add a little bit more lime juice to that, but I'm not sure yet. We'll see how it all matches up. But what I am doing is slicing some lime. The burgers actually are almost done. I'm going to slice some lime. I'm going to take this chili, the classical season, and I'm going to sprinkle them. And I'm going to put them in my grill pan. Anytime you bring grilled fruit or whatever, it brings out the sweet side of it. I just don't want any of that wasted. Okay, let me stir this up and check for my seasoning. Well, that tastes mighty good. Alrighty. I think I got enough in there. Now we're just going to pour the the dressing on to the coleslaw. And if I need to add more coleslaw, I will, but I was just guessing and estimating about it. Oh yeah, that's plenty. Okay, I'm gonna mix this up and then I'm gonna chill it until I take the burgers up. And when I pull them off the grill, we'll be back and we'll put this all together. Alright guys, we are back and we are ready to serve. So what I did was I cut up an avocado, and I'm only going to use half of it. The other half I'm going to put lime juice on it, save it for in the morning, and probably eat some eggs out of it. But to get it out, I just made some slices, and then I'm just going to run my spoon around the edges like that. And then I'll pull my slices out. So, and I am probably going to put some layer on my burger, but I'm going to put my burger on it first. The first thing I'm going to do is take some sour cream. Now, these are the buns that I had made, and I just put them in the freezer. Okay. Then I'm going to put my avocado on top. Let's go get the burger. All right. Those are my limes that are grilled. Ooh, don't they look good? Now, instead of ketchup, we are going to put a little salsa on here. And I am using organic Nature's Place salsa. And this one is mild. I had so much heat going on everywhere else, I decided I would just let that go. So I'm going to put a little bit of salsa on top of it. That's kind of like my ketchup, if you will. And this doesn't have hardly any carbs in it at all. Then I'm going to layer my avocado on here. My little slices. Whoops. And then what won't fit there will fit in my mouth. I love avocado so much. And then we are going to get, I'm going to put a little bit of our slaw on top of the burger. Remember last week I told you we in the South like slaw? Well, actually, Mexican hamburgers and stuff, they actually put slaw on their plate, on their burger. Of course, they don't really have a burger like this too much, but let me move that out of the way. And then I'm going to put a little bit on my plate. Actually, this is about 3 servings, which is good. I have 3 burgers. I don't know if I'll get any more, but we'll see. And then there's my grilled limes, and they look really good. Wipe my hands off here. And this is what's for dinner, a Mexican burger. So let me put it up here. Actually, I'm going to cut it in half. Show you what it looks like on the inside. Doesn't that look yummy? And I'll put it up here and take a bite for you. I love this. All right, here we go. This looks so good. Excuse me. No, that's like a party in my mouth. All I need now is a skinny margarita and I'd be in heaven. And then the coleslaw. Oh, it's so good. Wow. Yeah, I can't even tell you how good that is. Well, thank you so much for joining me today for Keto Living. And I hope you'll come back next week. I hope you'll try our Ole, excuse me, our Ole burger. Next week, this is for my non-beef eaters. We are going to be having an Indian burger, and I'm excited about that, so I can't wait to do that for you. So I hope you'll come back next week. If you've not joined my channel yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that little subscribe button up there. All right, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you all again soon. Bye.